guys, it's Doreen and welcome back to my channel. I just got Invisalign yesterday, so that's what's in my mouth and that's what's making me talk really funny. So if I sound a little off, that's because of that. I really love doing tutorials and showing you guys how to do stuff. So this is gonna be my very first sewing tutorial, and I want to show you guys how to make this little hair bow. There's so many kitty hairs on it. But this is the little hair bow that I'm going to show you how to make. This one has a little hair tie in it, but you can make this as like a bow tie, or you could put like the clips that American Apparel bows used to have. But I really like it like this because I feel like it just holds up your hair better. So it's very, very, very simple. This is a project that I first made back in high school when I first started learning how to sew. So it's a really good beginner's project, and I'm gonna try to make it pretty easy to follow along. But I do have some printables for you guys. It's gonna be completely free. There's gonna be a link in the description down below for you to just click and download. It's a PDF file. You're not gonna have to pay any money or anything. It's free for you guys. I just drew out the pattern. And so just make sure you cut it out, and don't forget these little tabs here as well. So you're just gonna choose. I have 3 different bows for you to choose from. There's the very classic simple bow like this. There's a double one, so it's like this one, and then another little one inside of this one. And then I also have a round one, which is gonna be this one. I think that the classic one looks the most beautiful. Obviously it's up to you if you wanna try each one. And I also have some simple instructions that you can print out and follow along if you don't wanna just sit through the whole video all the time. So yeah, I really hope you guys are going to enjoy this video, and let's just get right into it. Here is everything we will need. The printed templates, an erasable pen, or sewing pins if you prefer, fabric shears, a needle and thread in the color of your choice, and your fabric. Start off by determining which bow you will want to make. I'm going to be making view A. If you're making view B, you will need to cut 2, one smaller and one larger, plus a tab, and if you're making view C, cut 1 plus a tab. As I stated previously, you can refer to the written instructions to see which ones you will need. After cutting my pattern out, I will lie down my fabric and make the green line parallel to the selvage edge. My fabric is woven, meaning that it has one stretchier side, and the side with the selvage edge is what I am looking for. To cut 2 identical pieces, I lay down my fabric and fold it in half. I position my patterns neatly beside each other. I'm using an erasable ink pen, which I bought a set at Target. This makes it easy to mark my fabric, and once I'm finished, an iron will make the markings disappear. Don't forget to draw the triangles as well. I use my fabric shears to cut out my pattern. When sewing, we are going to start at one of the triangles and sew all the way around 1/4 of an inch until we reach the second triangle. We want to leave a space between the two. For the tab, we want to sew 2 parallel lines also at 1/4 of an inch of a seam. I want to get rid of my pen marks now, so I'm using an iron to press it out. You could see the marks disappear. I'm turning on my sewing machine and getting out my snippers. I have an industrial sewing machine, but any regular machine will do. Starting at the first triangle, we will start sewing and make a back stitch to lock it in. Sew around and pivot at the corners. Leave your needle in the fabric to hold your place and lift up the presser foot to pivot successfully. Remember that 1/4 of an inch can be achieved by lining up your fabric with the edge of the presser foot. Once you have reached the next point, backstitch and use the snippers to cut the thread. Sew the tab straight down. Backstitch at the beginning and the end. Cut the thread and repeat on the other side. This is optional, but I'm going to press my stitches into place. Now you are going to clip all 4 corners of your fabric. Be careful not to clip too close to your stitches. Now turn your fabric inside out from that little opening that we left earlier. Be sure to push at your corners, making them more defined. Turn your tab inside out as well. And once again, press down both pieces with an iron. Unwind some thread. I'm using some from a bobbin I had and took about an arm's length. Take the thread and thread it through a needle. An easy trick to tie the knot is to pull the thread through evenly and line up the ends. Take the ends and hold them with the needle. Wrap them 3 times around the needle. Hold the thread and push the needle up, dragging the thread all the way to the bottom. And voila! Perfect easy knot. Snip off the ends. We're going to make a ladder stitch, also known as the invisible stitch. Start by poking the needle under the first stitch to hide the knot within the seam. Flip your fabric over to sew comfortably. Stick the needle through the line of the fabric and pinch it through a small section. The thread should be hidden within the fabric. Move the needle to the other side, parallel from where you ended the previous stitch. Gather a small section of fabric again and continue to the other side. Repeat until you have reached the end of the opening. Make a final stitch and loop it around the remainder of the thread to secure your work. Poke the needle through the fabric one last time and cut the remainder. Fold your fabric in half. I would recommend to iron this flat. Take the needle and a new thread and make a basting stitch to hold it in place, starting from the center. Continue to make large stitches up and down through the fabric. Once you've reached the ends, pull your needle up, gathering your fabric together to create your bow center. You can wrap the thread a few times around the basting stitches to secure it into place, and sew through it as well. This will make sure it stays secure and doesn't unwrap. Taking the tab, fold in the corners, giving them a clean edge. I would again recommend ironing it down. Using a hair tie, position it into place. Place the tab underneath both the bow center and the hair tie, sandwiching it in the middle. Line up the 2 ends of the tab, clean edges together. Make another ladder stitch across, following the same pattern as before. Secure the end and make a final stitch attaching the tab to the bow so it stays in place while you wear it. If you want to use a clip, I would recommend hot gluing it into place after having attached the tab. But that's pretty much it. You're done. I really hope you enjoy your new beautiful bow. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that way I know that you guys want to see more videos just like this one. Also, if you want to leave in the comments down below something that you want to see more of, like tutorials, or if you want to see vlogs, more reviews, stuff like that, I'd love to do that for you guys. So just let me know, and I'll see you guys in my next video next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!